Hello, courageous warriors of ambition and masters of perseverance. Today we confront a reality that stands between us and our dreams. It's going to be so hard. These words are not meant to discourage, but to prepare and empower us for the journey ahead. For in acknowledging the difficulty, we also acknowledge our capacity to overcome it. It's going to be so hard. This declaration is a testament to the formidable challenges that lie in wait, but also to the immense strength within us. It is a call to brace ourselves, to dig deep, and to find the resilience that defines true greatness. Let these words serve as a reminder that every worthwhile endeavor comes with its trials, and it is through facing these trials head on that we grow, evolve, and ultimately succeed. Everyone has a plan, at least until life throws them off. Since we weren't prepared for the suffering, and we failed to process the anguish when it struck. It takes a certain skill set to process pain. It is a category of money. In order to achieve your goals for the future, the next level, tomorrow, manifestation, or this thing in particular, you will need to become familiar with suffering. The suffering associated with discipline, growth, learning, giving, and suffering. Of pardoning. Everything hurts. Choose your suffering then. Select your emotions, because you will turn a corner at some point in your life. You are going to experience discomfort, and you need to deal with that suffering. Listen to what I have to say. Pain cannot be avoided. It's difficult to let the past go. Sometimes giving up your time, talent, or treasure is difficult. Finding work-life balance is difficult. Picking up new abilities is difficult. It's difficult to remain still. Being a workhorse is not easy. Being lazy is difficult. It's challenging to develop and manage relationships. Learning from your experiences is difficult. Making your mess into your message is not easy. Everything is difficult. It's difficult to hang on. It's difficult to part. But the payoff is there. In many of these situations, you have to decide between regret and reward. Every choice you make has both rewards and regrets associated with it. Wishful, remain still. Anguish ends. There is an end date to pain, and there will be more suffering when this one expires. But because you made it through the suffering, you will have enough strength. Everyone wants to be raised from the dead, but nobody wants to experience the agony of dying. One kind of pain transforms you, and another that just hurts you. All I'm asking of you today is that you decide to follow your heart, get up and work hard. You can't expect greatness to come your way if all you do is lay around a 12 every day. That is not how it operates. That being said, you get the rewards of your labors in this life. Control, alt, delete. Take self-control, change the way you think, and get rid of negativity. It has to do with manifestation. What am I supposed to become? Awaken. There's always more to explore. Your mental health is your responsibility. Life is not in charge of it. You don't owe life anything for your optimistic outlook. You are still alive. You are not dead. The adventure needs to continue because your heart is still pounding. Acquire swimming skills to avoid drowning. Don't hold life responsible for your mistakes. If that relationship didn't work out, don't blame life. Don't hold life responsible for the failed work. You are not being held back by life. All you have to do is be a little bit more resilient than your situation. You can't worry about things over which you have no control. What components make you up? Which DNA do you have? What do you think? Which skill sets are involved? Come ahead, put the vision on paper. What objectives do you have? What financial objectives do you have? What are your wants in a relationship? What spiritual objectives do you have? Come on, give these ideas some thought. There is a reason you are still here. Today someone passed away, yet you're still here, paying attention. You are presented with a chance right now. Take advantage of the chance. You cannot fail to succeed when you act with such determination, when you are so passionate, when you work with such intensity, and because boundaries are just imagined. You'll face a lot of difficulties. There will be a lot thrown at you. There are going to be moments when you want to give up, but you are not allowed to. You have to keep up the good fight. If you don't stand on your brilliance, what good is it? How do you stay true to your inner self? You have two choices if you let everything else convince you that you are undeserving. Either give up or stand up. It's your day now. Rise and conquer your past from yesterday. What components make you up? Which DNA do you have? What do you think? Which skill sets are involved? Come ahead, put the vision on paper. You must get up and grind for me. I see now that you're not understanding me. It all begins with your thinking, as I mentioned. You see, the motivation behind pursuing success and achievement is the real definition of attitude. A strong attitude is one that incorporates ambition, strength, confidence, and discipline. Remain devoted. Make a difference. Discard the negative outlook. Make your importance known to the world. Have faith in each and every action you do. I am aware that you are not quite sure of yourself. And you detest the reflection of yourself in the mirror. And you detest the way your relationships, finances, and the people you've given your all to keep abandoning you appear. I'm aware that you feel unmoving forward. I am aware that you feel underappreciated, underpaid, and ignored. But pay attention. Everything is about to change on this day. Stand up. Get up and work. Get up and pursue your goals. That is what will set you apart from the rest of the crowd. You're not afraid to feel uneasy. Get up, work hard, and awaken feeling rejuvenated. Awaken with a fresh zeal. For this to work, you must have improved by 1% from yesterday. You're progressing if you can improve on yesterday by even 1%. I wake up at 3 in the morning, as I mentioned, every day at 3 o'clock in the morning. 3 o'clock hours in the day. And thus, on certain days, I awaken. It was 245 when I recently woke up. I said, look, between me and you, we got an agreement. As I glanced at the clock, the time is 3 o'clock. Right now, it is 245. Listen to me carefully, please. In theory, I have 15 minutes. In theory, I have 15 more minutes. I have never, ever informed anyone that my wake-up time is 245. 3 o'clock, I say. However, upon glancing at the timepiece, the conventional part of me exclaimed, please return the covers to this position. It's all right, you have 15 minutes. However, my wonderful self said, it is not a given that you will wake up at 3 in the morning if you return to bed for those 15 minutes. It could be 4 o'clock when you wake up if you go back to sleep at this moment. It could be 5 o'clock when you wake up. Maybe when you wake up it's 6 o'clock. All you have now are those precious 15 minutes that you will use to postpone your desire and your objective. You have everything you could ever want, my son, right there. What's that? What is the one item you are mentioning? That I will accomplish this task and turn my dreams into reality. Thus, I am in great need of your help. I really need you to do me a favor. I need more from you than just a desire to turn into a beast after you're done here. Great favor. Ed has one request for you. I need you to come in, get smoked, and stay smoking when you leave this area. It's your one and only life. Now is the time to finish it. Are you sick and weary of contemplating it? More than the profit, the risk is what's on your mind. More than the glory waiting on you at the end, you're fixated on the agony of the process. You're picking up the wrong kind of music. You are hearing voices that are not your own. You are a member of the incorrect thought programs, and you give up waiting for the right moment. Give up waiting for the ideal circumstances. They will never be flawless. It won't be how you feel all the time. It's not something you'll see every time. It's not like you'll always have access to resources. There won't be handouts all the time. How much do you want this exactly? How much are you craving this? Are you prepared to make a sacrifice? To what extent are you willing to let go? Are you prepared to work hard for it? Are you prepared to act reliably? Are you sick and weary of this version of you? The person who works the hardest in the room wins the award. On a personal level, I need you to set up your calendar. You have to wake up for me. I must get you to speak. I want you to put your heart back into it. I need you to start acting now. I want you to reach a point where everything you do is exceptional. In order for you to be able to live the life you choose, you're not giving it your all. You're not fully committed. Permit me to share with you. You arrive at that realization. You will advance to the next level if you reach the point when you carry out your promises exactly. All right? Now let's get going. Now let's get going. Now let's get going. Give up trying to feel it. You can watch 1 million inspirational videos online, but in the end, you still need to get up and decide to complete the task at hand. You have everything you need to begin if you can hear my voice, if you're tired of where you are. If you're tired of not being deliberate, aggressive, and consistent, and if you're tired of not striking your toes. Give up waiting for your life's weather to change. Give up looking for the ideal circumstances. Give up waiting for help. Give up waiting for approval from others and start believing in yourself. Your dreams are amazing. Your financial account is amazing in your fantasies. You lead an incredible life for yourself. What you have, how you live, and what you do are all extraordinary. However, as a person, you're mediocre. I'm giving you the task of moving from mediocre to excellent, terrific to outstanding, and excellent to quick event. It's enough! I have things to do before I leave this place. I need to do my assignments. I have a destiny to achieve. I'm worn out and fatigued. I can no longer stand to be in this horrible and painful environment. Everyone has a dream and an attempt at achieving it. In life, everyone has goals and desires. However, for many of you in this room, your beast form is currently inactive. You have not activated your beast mode. And if you can learn to flip that switch on and keep it on, I promise you that your life will take a completely different turn after you leave this place. Everyone has a purpose, am I right? All people have dreams. Everyone has something they need to accomplish, become, or pass. However, our generation has been socialized to value convenience. In actuality, though, it is quite easy to find an explanation. In order to help you stop making excuses and avoid automatically going to the place known as convenience, I want to provide you with a few simple actions that you may take. First and foremost, you need to quit evaluating yourself against other people. First rule, stop playing the comparison game. Not only do I not speak it like them, but I also don't do it like them. I lack their wealth and strength in addition to being shorter than them in height. Their resources are greater than mine. Not in my case. My parents weren't there for me, which is why I wasn't able to accomplish it. And the reason my coach failed to make the highlight reel for the sports scholarship is why I was not able to receive a full ride to college. The rationale behind. So we're basically wired to place the blame on others. When are you going to quit comparing yourself to other people when you look in the mirror? We judge ourselves by the appearance of others. Every day we make comparisons between our experiences and their stories, between our relationships and their relationships. Our explanations conceal the underlying problem of anxiety, much like a cozy blanket draped over us. The essence, the character of terror. In actuality, your fear is the reason you haven't taken action. If you could only give this a few listens, perhaps you would be able to cut down on the number of excuses you make. Considering that the justification is just aesthetic. Makeup is what it is. It's a blanket. We automatically turn to this convenience because it simply makes us feel better. However, anxiety is the fundamental problem, the malignancy behind the inflammation. We're terrified. Make it your mission to be a champion. Make the decision to live as a warrior. Make a commitment to maintaining your attention on the goal. It is for this that you labor. You must continue to be hungry. You must have confidence in yourself. You must have confidence in yourself. You must continue to lead that gang, run another mile after you've completed that bound. Shift into the second and third gears as soon as you start to feel exhausted. If you see that your grip is becoming weaker, find something else to strengthen it. Remain committed to yourself. Don't pass up this chance. Remain committed to your achievement. Continue to be the best version of yourself. What brings you here? Examine the situation directly in front of you. Examine your surroundings. You come to see that in the end, you have to understand that if everything falls apart, you have to make sure that you are the last person standing, strong, resilient, and prepared for whatever may arise when someone is in love with who they were meant to be, what they were called to accomplish, and what their destiny was. A day off does not exist. No lights are present. I'm not a light switch. Please listen. I am not turned off by you. I'm never able to switch off. I give everything I have every single day. That is the extent of my dream. Thus, there's no justification. Nothing hurts. No conundrum exists. Not one speed bump exists. Nothing can divert me from my attention. I'm not a switch for lights. I'm not turned off by you. Every day, this is what I desire. Allow the world to perceive something in you that they have never seen before. Allow them to see something exceptional, something different. You're not finished yet. Proceed. Continue battling. Continue advancing. Continue breathing. Recognize that this is your moment, and now is the right moment. Make a living. Pay your bill. And remember to take a deep breath when you cross that finish line and raise your hands to the heavens, symbolizing your success. You will find a way if it is vital to you. You won't need to seek out any sources. You are going to get creative. It's not all about the feat every time. The effort is what matters. All right, pay attention to this. 3 items. Work. What does it mean to work on your work then? You have to review your work first. Can you hear me? I mean, are you really going to work every day and not improving in your job because you're not studying it? You actually have to examine your own work. I'm not sure if you would teach or if you play basketball or football. Look, grab a camera and place it in the classroom if you were a teacher. Give up allowing the principal to review your work. Give the assistant principal no more space. Give up allowing the administrator to look over your work. It is best for you to study your own work. Being your own performance coach is a good idea. Examining your actions, including what you do, how you do it, when you do it, and why is important. You ought to review your work. Listen to me, number 2, we're going above and above. I give you feedback, okay? Examine and measure, it is what I mean. That being said, I would like you to review your work every day, every week, every month, and every year. My biggest critic is me. I don't rely on YouTube comments. I'm not depending on other people's opinions. I'm always making an effort to look beyond my work. What am I saying? Are you hearing me? I'm attempting to critique it, not just study it. I am attempting to assess. I'm attempting to quantify it, since without measurement, it is impossible to advance to a higher level. To know where you're going, you must first know where you are. Therefore, please review your work for me. For the final one, please consider your effort. Sometimes I just need you to take a break from your own work. Simply take a break from your work and consider it. Please, just give it some serious thought. Consider your approach to your work. Consider every step. Really, just take a step back. Take a step back and simply reflect. Okay, so please start working on your assignment once more. I would like you to read it. You're supposed to give it a critique. After that, I want you to consider your work. And if you can get through this, I promise you won't have to go through anything else. So don't just show up for work. Give up just carrying out instructions. Give up on simply going to work. Every single day, every single week, every single month, and every single year, I want you to work on your work. Your work ought to be more proficient. Give up on getting a promotion. Give up trying to get a raise. Nothing in your immediate environment will improve if you don't improve yourself. How much do you want it, really? Do you really want this thing as badly as you want to breathe? How bad is your desire? I've heard what you've stated. Etc. There is no more space for me to grow, etc. I'm unable to bring it to, etc. I completed every task. You haven't accomplished everything you could if you are still living. You still have room to grow if you're still with us. I recognize that. I must update that. Every action I take on a daily, weekly, monthly, or annual basis needs to improve. Thus, a portion of you will be employed. I have no idea what you're doing. I have no idea if it's basketball, soccer, commerce, or education. However, there is an issue if you are a teacher and you are the same teacher as you were the previous year. I therefore require improved performance, since everything else also improves when you do better. Thus, this is the issue. Alright, so this isn't for the casual and uncommitted person. Thus, Mother instructs them to cut off if necessary. You should stop watching it if you want to achieve. But there isn't a middle ground, Mother. You're either here or there, Mama. There is no halfway ground. That being said, you are unable to calculate the expense. You cannot calculate the cost when you have a strong desire for something, because if you do, you may give up or quit after realizing how much it will cost. I don't count the expense, so you have to go in knowing that. I perform as many push-ups, as many sit-ups, and as many repetitions as necessary. For as long as it takes, I study. I make the necessary payment. Why? For if I begin to calculate the costs, I might give up, quit, or give in. Don't factor in the price, that one is. Pay attention to me. You take breaths, but you don't count them. It is not counted by you. You do not include the expenses. I'm going to say 2 names on this one. LeBron James and Dirk. How are you doing? Each took home a championship. Dirk emerged victorious in his championship, and pay great attention to what I say. The award went to Dirk. Look, Dirk won the trophy and the club. And what do you see when you look at Dirk a year after the championship? You see nothing at all. If you look at everything, his assists, rebounds, scoring, and everything else, you'll see that he truly lost ground a year later. After winning a title, he has practically fallen. LeBron James may seem like he just won a championship, but when you look at him closely, everything changes. Everything. His assists increased, yes, both his defense and his scoring improved. Man's shooting percent has increased along with everything else. You must increase if you wish to leave a legacy, get a promotion, or earn more money. You can't remain in one place and continue to consider options. You're going to develop. Whether your actions are good or poor, you will continue to receive the same results if you carry on as you always have. As we bring this session to a close, let us embrace the truth of it's going to be so hard. Let it fortify our resolve, sharpen our focus, and ignite our inner fire. For it is in the crucible of hardship that our character is forged and our potential realized. It's going to be so hard. Let these words echo in our hearts as a source of strength and motivation. Each obstacle we encounter is not a barrier but a stepping stone. Each challenge an opportunity to prove our mettle. So, my fellow warriors, embrace the difficulty with courage and determination. Let the hardships fuel your passion, the struggles build your resilience, and the journey shape your destiny. Remember, the greater the challenge, the sweeter the victory. It's going to be so hard, but you are stronger, braver, and more capable than you know.